Hi everyone.
Welcome to the Connecting Kitchen. Ari and I are always cooking together because we've found that this is a really great way to build a stronger relationship, right?
Yep.
Healthier foods and some healthy time in the kitchen together, learning to work together as a team to make delicious recipes, right?
Yep.
It's been working pretty good, right?
So far so good.
Yeah. And today we have a special guest, Jason Hart. He's a filmmaker and a chef, so that's perfect for the Connecting Kitchen.
Yeah, amateur chef, but yeah. Well, I've worked in restaurants, and I think I was telling you earlier, I worked with a catering company that did behind the scenes catering for musicians, Barbara Bush as well. She's not a musician, but yeah, things like that. Black Crows, that was a big one. I'm dating myself, but
that's okay.
yeah.
Life just keeps going, right?
Yeah,
we just keep evolving.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, you're recreating yourself as a filmmaker now, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Something I've always been interested in. Yeah.
So Jason was excited to come join us today when I told him that we're making German food because his best friend was German.
Yeah, when he's German.
And he really has never had a chance to make German food.
No, I haven't.
And what does German food mean to you?
Christmas time.
That's right.
Because my dad's side of the family, for every Christmas they would have rolled Kohl. They have sausages, which we have right here. We have vinegar-based potato salad. Everything on Christmas was delicious.
Rotkohl literally means red cabbage in German. We're going to make a sweet and sour cabbage dish with some apples and onions and cloves and a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of sugar. What is so wonderful about this is red cabbage is one of the healthiest things that you can eat. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
I knew it was healthy, but I didn't know one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those unsung heroes. Red cabbage actually is super for, fiber. It's very healthy for feeding your gut. You know, we're all talking about that lately, that all your health stems from your gut. And it's also loaded with lots of vitamin C, right? We think of citrus fruit as loaded with vitamin C, but it's actually in this cabbage as well. It's cancer fighting. The chemicals in the nutrients in the reddish, purplish fruits and vegetables are cancer fighters. So eat this red cabbage and you will be surprised that the sweet and sour cabbage almost tastes like candy. It's so delicious.
I was just about to say something about that. I was going to tell the parents, if you want to make this recipe and you tell your kids that it's going to be red cabbage for dinner tonight, just tell them it's just candy for dinner tonight.
Yeah, well that's what I told Ari actually. I said, oh, we're making red cabbage, and I was afraid he was going to say, ew.
Just say it's cabbage flavored candy.
Yeah, I said it's sweet like candy, you're going to love it. Anyway, we're going to make some German potato salad later, and a tradition in our family is these smoked sausages that we're going to heat up and serve with the cabbage and the potato salad. Okay, so who's ready to cook?
I am.
Awesome. Okay, so this is a really easy recipe too. We're just going to chop up the cabbage, chop up the onions, which we actually did already because that's really not that interesting. We're going to chop up the apple. We're going to put it all in a pot with just some soup stock, a little butter, and some cloves. We have some cloves here, bay leaves, and that's it. Oh, and cider vinegar. So if you want to talk about healthy, we can talk about apple cider vinegar too, right?
Oh yeah, don't even get me started, remember?
Yep.
I used to do a little detox every morning or every night with the apple cider vinegar.
Do you mix it with water?
The apple cider vinegar?
Yeah, or do you just like a teaspoon of it?
You have to ask him.
What I did was I put it was a thing of that, some water, I think it was honey, and there was one more ingredient that was in there, I can't remember. Maybe ice, but
yeah.
And I just mixed it together, and I would just drink it before I go to bed.
Oh wow!
And then you don't have to. That's basically the last thing you should drink or eat before bed, besides water.
Okay, so you guys, I think I'm gonna let you chop up the cabbage.
All
right. Okay, so we actually want to get the onions going. I'm gonna heat up the pot for the butter, and we're gonna add big chunks of butter to saute our onions in, but it's gonna melt and then it's gonna glaze the cabbage and mix it with the apples, and it's delicious.
Kind of a Christmassy theme, right? Red and green, and they get the kind of snowy area over there, maybe.
Yeah,
At least it's colorful.
Thank you for holding the
Yeah.
cutting board.
Teamwork, I love it.
Mm.
It's sweet even when it's raw.
I love cabbage. We had talked about this before, but my son Will is a super picky eater, and if it's green or if it looks like a vegetable, he won't eat it. Something like this I think would be great because he has a sweet tooth. I'm
Okay.
sure. So I'm gonna have to try something like this. I was reminded because we tried one of those Asian salad kind of recipes, and I guess
Like the broccoli slaw.
yeah, like the slaw, yeah. And it has kind of a sweet dressing, and you don't put too much in it. It's better than nothing at all, I guess.
Well, this is also a trick that I use, is you might put a little more sweetness than you would like, just to get them to eat it, and then the next time you make it,
Yeah.
you back it out a little bit.
This one, like the preference for what they eat.
Oh, look at that.
I did mix it a little bit.
Yeah, oh, that looks great. Yum.
We're trying to get them caramelized.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that.
Should probably start cutting the apple.
Oh, yes, I did start cutting the apple. You want to finish it up?
Yes, I can finish
Okay.
it up.
Love that. So, Jason, you were just saying it's fun to cook. You're
Yeah.
happy to be here, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love
How are we
cooking.
doing it? Like little pieces?
So, one of my friends was saying that in 2019, she wants to have more fun. It was Rachel. She
Oh,
would
yeah,
have more
Rachel.
fun.
Like a resolution for the year.
Yeah,
I think that's a good one.
yeah, more fun in her work. And
Yeah.
I was like, well, we're all about fun, so come cook with
You're
us.
right.
Yeah, this is just a fun way to spend some time together. I'm going to ask you to put the red cabbage in the pot because we're ready for that.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yum. Yeah, we want to coat it with the butter, which is kind of underneath. I mean, a bigger pot might have been helpful, but it'll cook down quickly enough.
How young are the youngest ones that you work with?
The youngest kids that I've had here are 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's always jobs in the kitchen for everybody, and kids love everything that you do in the kitchen.
Yeah, they do.
Jobs that you think are mundane,
Mhm.
they love. Like, what does your son like to do?
Oh, he loves all that stuff. For me, it's like, how do you get around the cutting stuff? Because he always wants to do that.
I have heavily supervised them. They also have kids' knives, so they're not quite as sharp. I usually give the kids things they can tear,
Right.
you know,
That makes
or
sense.
things they can sort, or things they can measure, or things they can spoon if they're that young, or stir. I mean, it's just the spiralizer for the zucchini. That's a huge hit because
yeah.
it's really pretty safe.
Is that the machine where you like crank it and it cuts
Yes.
as it's going? Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, voila,
Yeah,
there it is.
that's cool.
And that's also a really good way to get a kid who doesn't like anything green to try something green.
Yeah,
That sounds familiar too.
Yeah, because when it's all spiraled like that, it doesn't look like a vegetable anymore. It looks like
Fruit
spaghetti.
roll-up.
And can you grab the salt that's over there? We're going to put in a teaspoon of salt. You put in a teaspoon of salt, and we're going to put in some cloves, and some bay leaves, and some sugar. I think we'll wait on the sugar for a minute.
And then how many bay leaves?
A couple bay leaves is good. Okay, now we're going to add the apples. Would you like to do the honors?
Okay.
You feel like a chef, Ari?
So far, yeah.
All right, we're gonna add some vegetable stock. You wanna add that in? You just pour that in. A couple tablespoons of sugar. Now, you wanna put the sugar in? A couple tablespoons. Nice. How you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah, you're just talking about how great it smells.
He's adding some cloves.
Okay, how about 4 or 5?
4 or 5.
Those are powerful.
They're powerful. Is that 4 or 5?
4.
Okay, cool. Thanks for counting. Okay, so we almost forgot our sour, which is the vinegar. We're gonna put in 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. 2. 3.
It's reduced down. Wow, that's
Yep. Right, you didn't think it was gonna fit in the pot. Yeah, so we're gonna put the lid on this and we're just gonna let it simmer for, well, so it usually simmers for a couple hours. So I'm giving everybody a serving of this and we're gonna see how it came out. Whoops, and take out the bay leaves.
Of course.
Excuse my fingers.
you only have to bite into one of those once.
I've never bitten into one of them. What do they taste like?
Bitter.
Yeah, it was just a bad day.
This smelled so good that we have somebody who came down to give it a try. What do you guys think?
I'm not gonna eat it. That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like that?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Does it taste like candy?
Yes.
Oh man, yeah.
Better.
Yeah. And you saw what we put in it, right? Apples, onions, you were asking.
Mm-hmm.
Red cabbage, a little sugar, vinegar. Anyway.
However, Omi's is still the best. I cannot.
Okay,
I cannot.
well.
You never beat. Is that your grandma?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can never beat grandma.
She has like 30 years more experience than me too.
Right.
So that's fine. I'm okay with
Yeah.
that.
This has got to come in close.
If anyone shows us the Omi, you can let her know too.
Yeah. Hey, Omi. Okay, so let's say goodbye from the Connecting Kitchen.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining us, and happy holidays. Merry Christmas to everybody.
And have a good New Year.
And cook with someone you love.